Coming to you from KPO Studio of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm your host, Darrell Pastor G. Get Ron. Get ready for another experience, another episode of Another Brother's Story.
I've been studying, I'm Catholic, but Catholic all the way down. I pray all day, every day. But I've been studying Islam very strong because there's a lot of discipline in the Islamic faith. And I think a lot of us can benefit from that discipline. Like how routine they pray and these very rigid rules that you have to follow. I just study that. I don't necessarily want to become Muslim, but just studying those religions and learning how they do it, it's just very interesting to me. But I do practice the Catholic faith, and I try to go to church when I'm off, which is very rare.
Right.
But I pray very often. I pray every day.
Okay.
That's me.
Do you think that discipline makes you devout?
I'm not familiar with the word devout. You have to teach me that. Can you teach me?
I'm going to rephrase it. Do you think that a person...
I won't learn that word.
I'm going to teach you something. Do you think that being disciplined makes you, or because you can religiously follow rules, does that mean you have a good relationship with God?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay.
I don't think it's...
Because some people who are disciplined, they follow rules well. Not saying anybody in particular, but a lot of times people, it becomes like routines. Almost like some people say, man, I drove home from work and I don't even know how I did it. It's such a routine for me. So without even thinking about it, I did it. So while someone else with who I was in a relationship, they can tell you what time at such time I passed by memorial, and such they take a relationship with their journey as opposed to ritualistic, routine, discipline. You get what I'm saying?
I understand.
And I just say that because you make mention of those. I used to think that Catholic were real disciplined.
I'll be honest, I'm Catholic. Catholics are real boring. That's what I say about it. We're very boring. We don't sing too much in church like the Baptists do. I love a Baptist
You like
church.
that fire?
Yeah, they're up, they're moving.
Ain't nobody do like Jesus.
We don't have that. We don't have that in Africa. I saw that on Coming to America. I always wanted to experience it in a real church.
Right.
But
okay. Really? Wow.
I did for the first time on New Year's. My girlfriend took me to a New Year's Baptist church, so we spent New Year's Day in church.
I'm about to let you go to church with me one day.
Which church you go to?
What church I go to, Dominic?
Oh, you do. I know it. I don't know why I asked that question. We were there. I prefer there. I don't know.
Okay. That's why I'm used to that. But I'm affiliated with two churches. Because you also have my home church down here is Newburgh, and so whether you're there or whether you're at First Baptist, where I'm youth pastor at, you're gonna have a
good time.
You're gonna move your head. You're gonna clap your hand.
That's what's up.
Do something like that.
I'm not used to like people up.
Right.
It just that's
really?
energetic.
So y'all just sit still.
We sit. Very monotone.
Right.
I guess it is discipline in a way, but I call it boring. That's what I call it. Okay. There's different ways to do stuff.
Okay, y'all pass around. Yeah. How about communion? This is a cup, right?
Yeah, it's. I can't remember the name of it, the correct name, but it is the cup like thing.
Right.
And we don't pass it around. You have to come up after you've received. After you've been baptized, you receive your first Holy Communion and you've done your confirmation. Then you are able to receive the Holy Communion, which is the little piece of bread, and then you can drink the blood of Jesus, which is the wine.
Okay.
The Father does that. I heard in Baptist church like they pass it around. It's just different. Because for us,
Yeah, leaders, pastor, and deacons and stewards, the stewards would actually pass trays around, and on the trays you pick out your cup and you have your bread, and then wafer at the top, and which is a new way to do it, and the drink at the bottom.
Really?
Drink. Yeah, then take eat, take drink,
Can you take more than one?
No, you just take
No,
one.
just one?
There have
Okay.
been some people who take more than one.
Oh, but it is, you have that ability to take more than one.
You're not supposed to.
You can take one for like later.
No, you're not supposed
I
to.
was thinking,
I just know some people where
okay.
I'm not calling names because you know it too. Like that, who take
Oh, no, it just popped in.
who taking a couple, you know, this is for home. You know?
One for later.
Yeah. Now, you know, and some churches actually will serve you real wine. So I remember the first time as an elder, I'm standing in front of the church, and I've always had the grapefruit juice served with the, you know, with the bread, with the wafers. And so this particular time, we took eat. I said, and I said, take a drink, and this. They didn't have the plastic covering over it. They actually poured this into each one. Because the mothers and some of the people who worked with the communion committee, they would pour into all of these little cups. If you had 100, 200, 300 people, they would pour for that many people, you know. And so
Really?
we standing there, it's time for communion, take eat, take drink. I remember I did like that. I said, and now my throat, I got hot. You know, it tastes good though, you know, and some people laugh, and you can hear a couple of coughing going on, you know. And yeah, I'm like, this is a real thing, yeah, you know. And so it just depends, but it's similar in different places, but it you know, it may vary a little bit, yeah.
Wow.
But that's how. But y'all never was afraid of getting no kind of diseases or anything, Mom? Didn't everybody put them out on the same thing?
They did, but there's a cloth that wipes. It's not very sanitary now that I think about it, but there's a cloth that just wipes off, you know, the part where you drink, you know, and then they give it back to you.
Right.
To the next person. Why didn't we ever think about this?
Dude, you're just thinking about this?
I'm just now thinking about this for the first time.
Man.
That's not sanitary at all.
You know, I went to this Catholic church when there was a services for this, I think it was a funeral service for a little boy. And I looked there, I was like, really? All of them? The same thing, you know? Like, oh no.
Yeah, but I guess it's ritualistic. It's just become so, you know, breaking up.
Were you ever an altar boy?
Yes.
Okay. Question to every altar boy is always asked. Did you ever find any priests being a little too friendly with you?
Wait, hold on. Are you asking if I have ever been an altar boy?
Right.
Oh, no. I have never been an altar boy, but I know several people who have.
Okay.
And I think my mom always wanted me to be one, but
Okay.
I haven't. And I understand, you know.
You've heard a lot
yes,
that's going on.
Yeah, I understand. I understand a lot of that going on, and I'll be honest with you, when I'm in church, I try to study the relationship. That's the sociology side speaking. Try to study that relationship between them, try to pick up on the interpersonal communication and the body language and stuff like that. But in my experience, it's been largely rumor-based from what I've heard. It might be happening somewhere, but I just don't know. I can't speak of what I don't know.
Yeah, but you've heard on the news, you've heard some confessions being made from priests, everything. They've even had movies and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
I think in one story, I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it.
Okay. Well, and that's good that you've had a wholesome experience with it, that you've not had to deal with any of that. You know, it's just that it's been, I mean, it's like nationwide or whatever, you know.
Has this been a lot more recent, or is it just like scattered stories through time?
Scattered stories through time, but heavy in recent years. I say like recent past, I mean like past 5, 7 years, you know, it's just been, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on the rise.
Then your just words like they all yeah, you're right, yeah. I mean that and not to make light of it, that's why I said I am grateful that you are a story of someone who not had to deal with some of those ills, you know, whatever. That's not your story, you know, so that's a blessing, you know, from that aspect. What do you plan on doing now? You've graduated. What do you plan on doing with all of this energy, this drive that you have, desire, ambition? How are you targeting it?
I can promise you this.
Okay.
I just know it. I feel it in me. Because I know, I keep telling everybody, just give me a little time. I feel some greatness in me that is going to change the world. Maybe not a huge change, maybe a little change, but I'm going to make an impact. I just feel it in me. I feel like right now I'm in the process of learning, getting the skills I need to change the world, learning the discipline that I need to be able to practice the skills to change the world, and the understanding and the knowledge to figure out what I need to change and how to change it for the better. That's my overall, and it's made up a lot of sub goals, and I broke it down into day by day, month by month, year by year, and how to get there. But that's just a broad overall summary.
Isaiah 7, verse 10 to 11 just popped in my spirit to tell you, and I shared this earlier with someone. But in paraphrasing that, God is pretty much saying, ask me for the moon. Ask me for the hard thing. And so the prophet Isaiah went to share this with this brother, as I'm sharing with you. But he refused. He didn't want to ask God for the hard thing. You know, and sometimes we think that, you know, to ask for the moon, that hard thing, that's out of reach. That's too big. But God gets upset when we belittle him. Yet we say he's a big God, but we belittle him by not thinking that his love for us is big enough, or his ability is big enough to perform these things in our life or through us. But he so loved us that he gave us his only son, and he can do all things, and we say this. So ask him for the big thing. Pursue the big thing.
Wow, I'm glad you shared that with me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, pursue the big thing. Don't think it's too big, and don't frustrate or upset God by being asking too small a thing. You know, like when I gave you the book, the entertainment book coupons, half off of everything pretty much in the book, and I told you, I said, just, you know, whatever you want, and then you only got 5 because you thought that was being too greedy. But I'm like, no. And this, oh my God, this is actually what God did with him. He said, no, I'm going to still do this. And so I came back. I wasn't going to 10. I said, no, you're going to get at least 10 out of here. You're going to get more out of here. All these blessings will not remain with me, you know? And so just see God. Just see God as saying, I've given you all of this. You got access to what you want.
Okay.
I let you take the book with you, right?
Yeah.
I said you have access to what you want.
You did.
And you was limiting yourself. Don't do that. Or like that. So wow, I didn't realize that, but it fits, you know, with that. So
Okay.
so because I believe you have in you, first of all, character is a key thing. You can have giftings and skills, and your character can mess you up. You know, they say your gifts will make room for you, but I believe your character can mess up that room. You know, and so when you have good character, you know, you can teach a person who have good character. You can teach them a skill. I've heard it somewhere, but to teach a person who got good skills, good character, or how to operate in a good character, whatever, that's hard.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that's hard. So you persevered through many different challenges, or you know, in your life. Like I said, the challenge of working 2 jobs faithfully, in school, and working with KPO, and holding down a relationship, you know, and being family oriented and closely connected to your brothers and stuff like it was, and getting gypped with your car over there. Then you had to get by the mechanic, somebody, and then you had to, you know, busting it again. But you kept walking it. You know what I'm saying? You kept going. Watching your life, you kept going. You kept showing up. That is remarkable. And I'm glad, you know, to hear you be able to say from what you've gained, from your teachings, from those around you, you know, who do you look at as an inspiration? Is there anybody that you look at and they inspire you?
Honestly, my father, of course, is one that I always look to, but I've never had that one person that I can be like, wow, they inspire me.
Yeah,
Instead, truly everybody, because I pluck different inspirational pieces out of people to make a good. I don't see the bad in them. I might see that one good that I like, and I like that, you know. I'm going to start doing that, and pull my inspiration from everybody around. It's not limited to one person.
Going back to what I said to you earlier, that when God put Dominic together, that's what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like, okay, a little bit, you need a little bit of this, whatever. And that's Dominic. That's Dom. Yeah. You gave me a nickname. You called me Kingdom.
Sure.
Why?
It felt right. I never put a second of thought into it or anything. It just rolled off the tongue. Because now, if I sit back and think about it, like, why? Why did I say that? Now, if you sit back and think about it, it makes sense. But at the time, it just felt right. When I first called you that, I remember I was around you and you felt at home. You feel at ease. You feel like this. You feel okay. You have this. It's very hard to describe. That word kingdom really sums it up very well. But it's just a closeness, but yet a greatness. Like an ease, but yet admiration. I'm trying to find the greatest way to explain it. You know, it's like that. I don't know. You know how to explain it. It's very difficult to put into words. It's a very comforting feeling, and it's a very, I don't want to say addictive, but I don't know, you yearn for it, you know, to be around somebody like that and to interact with somebody like that. This greatness, but yet so warming, welcoming, and just open, you know. Come in, let me teach you, and it's just, it's a lot into it. It's very hard to describe.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. When I told somebody that, they told me, they said, that's like one of the biggest compliments you can get. I said, when I think about all that's been said, you know, on the good side, because you know, I always got people say something bad about us.
That's why you listen to them.
But all the good things that I've heard, and I've heard a lot that's kept me inspired, but that's like been one of the biggest. That's like that.
Oh, really?
Right, and out of your mouth. You know, that's why I say you never know the people you're thinking are blessing you or inspiring you. You never know what God will put in you to do for them or say to them, and what it would do for what God is doing with their life. You know, and so I'm humbled by it, man. But I do know that that's one thing that God has me constantly hearing that keeps me in a place that I wanna represent Him well. You know, I want my home, my presence wherever I am. You know, and I think that that's what happens. And I think that if we understand that it just gives me something to continue to strive toward.
Wow.
You know, and so to God be the glory for that. But I will always know that that's what you said. You know, just like I'm asking everybody to tune in to Everyday Life with Pastor G. That show, and you go on the Facebook page, go to the Facebook page. The reason why we have that is because we have so many reality shows out here. And this is just excerpts of my reality, so that people can see a man of God who loves God, who goes through daily stuff, you know, who deals with challenges, but just see some of my encounters, my interactions, be blessed by those who bless me, see what God has me to do, and just to see excerpts of the reality that you can be a child of God, you can be kingdom-minded, and still live life abundantly. You can still be happy, you can still enjoy life. Everything is not just church, and there are some people who just know Christians and people they look up to. They just know church with that person. They don't know that person at the bowling alley. They don't know that person just out, you know what I'm saying, just hanging out. And it's good to be able to see those things. I've had people to tell me, growing up young as a young preacher, man, you don't remind me of no other kind of preacher. First I was like, oh, that's not good, you know, I think it's bad. I said, no, man, I don't mean it in a bad way. You cool. You know, you can relate to you. You cool, man. You hang with her. I was like, oh, okay. I don't mean you can just do everything wrong. No, man, I respect you, man, you know. And so, but they felt what you were saying. But you epitomized what I guess they were trying to say. You know, being, so I just hope that I can always be, but you represent kingdom, man. Listen to what I say. It's not just throwing out words. Everything I said about you earlier, this is what kingdom-minded people are people who are constantly going to the next level. We go from glory to glory with God, okay? Always going to the next level. Always look for the best. You know, Proverbs 4:8 tells us, think on these things that are of good report. You're always looking for the best in people and things. You said this, you know, and always trying to give and do and make a change and make things better. That's kingdom, man. You know? So, it's been good talking to you. I love you so much. You are a blessing to know, you know. Like I said, I thank God, you know, when I see you, you know, I see you as son, brother, friend, you know, family. And I was telling somebody, I said, there's some you're born into, and then there's some you're born again into. And there's nothing greater. Spirit, you know, there's people will say, what's, you know, they will say, blood is thicker than water. I always tell people. I said, what is thicker than blood?
How?
What's thicker than blood?
Oh, I thought you said water is thicker than blood.
Mm-hmm.
So what's thicker than blood?
If blood is thicker than water, what is thicker than blood? I mean, they would make that reference. They were talking about family, you know, your blood people. That's thicker than water. So blood is thicker than water. But what is thicker than? What's greater than water? I mean, what's greater than blood?
I need some help.
Yeah, spirit.
Spirit.
Yeah, spirit. You know, everything with God's word, and spirit is the thing that remains at the end of everything. Even when blood stops, you know. But it is a man's spirit that has a whole lot to do with whether you should be connected to him or not. Just because you got the same blood as I have, don't mean I should be connected with you, you know, for where I'm going, for what I've been called to do. Abraham had to leave his familiar people, you know, to do what God was leading him spiritually to do. And so we you know, and I declare and decree that God's going to connect right-spirited people around you on your path and in your life so that you can manifest full expression of everything he's put in you, you know, and all of what he's put in you that you don't even know yet, as it's unfolding, that it just, that every corner you turn, every encounter opens up new treasures to unfold and reveal that greater man that God has in you to impact and change the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm so grateful for you, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. I don't want to thank you for praying for me, for stopping this stomach ache that was going to stop me.
Right.
Thank you, man. I feel so much better.
To God be the glory. But you showed up. Even when you said, even when I asked you how you doing, you're like, what did you say? It's not no complaint. You say something about I'm still pressing on here or something.
I've been better.
I've been better, but it wasn't. Oh, I'm not doing good. I'm not. You know, he's like, I've been better. You know, whatever. And so, you're welcome, man. But that's what family do.
Thank you, man. You fixed me back up.
Well, look at you. Yeah, to God be the glory. It's nothing that you would not do, you know. And so we are iron and sharpens each other. And we're going to continue to do that as long as there's breath in our body.
Amen.
Amen?
Amen.
All right. That's been good. Awesome interview.
You too, man. I love you too.